So my name is Irene Orner. My maiden name is Biderman, Biderman. I was approached by the Long Beach Middle School, I believe, because my son's two boys went to Long Beach Public School, and they probably had a class, I don't know, probably, I'm sure, numbers,
Names, not numbers.
not numbers. So they asked me how many years ago, a few years ago, they're now 21, so about not 10, 8 years ago probably. They probably were 8th or 9th grade, probably 9. I should hope. So that's the first time that I went to talk about, I was invited to talk about the Holocaust by myself.
That must have been, did you tell your grandchildren before you spoke some of your history?
Did I what?
Did you tell your grandsons of your history prior to speaking at the school?
Yes, because, yes. My husband and I, we talked about it too. Not only, I have 7 grandchildren, so these are the youngest. Yeah. So we talked about it. Obviously, my husband talked to them about it, and also my granddaughter, not at that time, but when she was in high school, probably again middle school, I think they do that. I'm not too sure, I believe so. She had some, for school, some project or something, so she came and she interviewed us. And we talked about it then also, for school. Yeah, we did talk about it, yes. My own children knew about it because they went to religious school in Long Beach, Hull. So they learned about it in school. And we talked about it around the table, We did, yes.
Was your husband as open?
Yes.
With history?
More even. He was interviewed for, I don't know who, I don't think it was a Jewish, I don't know, maybe. It was for Germany. And as a matter of fact, I have a disc, but I can't even, because I don't know what kind of a machine to use. He had an interview, a young man came and took notes, and I don't remember what it was for, maybe Wiesenthal, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Well, I just want to thank you for sharing your story with me today, and it's lovely seeing you and getting to know you.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be able to, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. I was born in Belgium, in Brussels, May 30, 1935. I was quite young, 4 years old. I think I turned 5 when the war started. So what I remember mostly are birthday parties, my mother making, cake, and the family coming and all things like that. And I had a cousin, boy cousin, who was a little older than me, and I loved him. I liked to be, play with him. I would see them once a week. They lived in Antwerp. Belgium is a very small country, so it takes by train, I think, maybe half an hour from Antwerp to Belgium. So we saw each other every Sunday, you know. I don't remember. From before the war, as I said, I had a wonderful life. I was alone, the only child, because my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, was in Poland, lived in Poland, as the rest of my mother's family. She had there were 8 children altogether with her. And most of them were actually no, one was married in Czechoslovakia, in Prague, and 2 others were married to 2 cousins who lived in Germany, in Berlin. What am I telling you? That my grandmother wrote to my mother, told her not to have any more children because of the war. It was probably 38 or 39. At that point, they already felt, the ravage of war there. So I was alone, an only child. I was pretty, what do you call it? I was spoiled. I played. My parents my father used to buy me a lot of toys and things like that. I remember going with him on the sled in the winter, things like that. I had a good life. My father was a furrier. So he had a shop, and also they had a store. They were selling coats for women, they made manufactured what it was in style at the time, I suppose. So that's what they made their living from. I had another cousin in Belgium. His older brother had a son. That's all I remember. Much.
Do you know if your community was very religious growing up, or was it more secular, your community?
My family?
Yeah.
Not very religious. They came from very religious family, rabbis, things like that. But they were more secular, but they were, I don't know what you could call it, but we celebrated all the holidays, things like that. But not very religious. I remember I had a great uncle who lived in Antwerp. He would come, I think, either once a week or once a month. I remember sitting on his lap, and he was very religious, and he wouldn't eat in our house, not because I think my mother was kosher, but we had the store open on Saturday, so we only had tea. He would only drink tea in our house. That I remember.
Yeah.
I think I asked why, and my mother explained that.
And did your parents live in Brussels, or did they move to Brussels?
No. They lived. My mother was born in Poland. Like I said, she was one of 8 children, 1 son and the rest girls.
Wow.
And they were very well off, but the father passed away. So the mother was left with the girls, a lot of girls, I guess. And she was invited in Belgium by her aunt, uncle, to come visit for the vacation, actually. She thought so. But it was to stay there to take the burden off the grandmother. So she came and she lived in Antwerp. I don't know how long. With that cousin that I said had a son that I liked so much. And then she got married. So first she lived in Antwerp, and then they both came to... I mean, my father was in Brussels already. Yeah.
And how did your parents meet?
Okay. It was strange. I mean, my father was an orphan. He also was from a family of 8. 2 girls and the rest boys. And when the youngest daughter, my aunt, who lived in Brussels also, was married in Belgium also. When she was born, the mother gave birth and passed away. I think 5 years after his father passed away, and he became an orphan. And he was first taken in by his maternal grandfather. And then I think First World War, 1914. He was also born in Poland. I forgot to tell. Right? He was also lived in Poland, in the Russian part. My mother was the Austrian, Galicia, and he was in the other part. And I think he became, they took the youth, and he was interned in a coal mine until after the war. And then he came to Belgium because an older brother already lived in Belgium. Wow. That's how he... Is that what you are asking? Oh, how they met. So he lived in Belgium, and his friend, or one of his friends, I think a very close friend, was married to that cousin of my mother, and that's how they were introduced to each other and got married and lived in Brussels.
And what was your father's name and your mother's names?
My father's name was Abba Biderman.
How do you spell that?
Biderman.
And then how do you spell his first name?
Abba, A-B-A.
Oh, A-B-A.
Okay. I think Abba, whatever his name, Iban, was 2 B's. She had 1.
And then your mother's name?
And my mother was... Well, I don't know. Her name was Chaya, but she was called in Belgium Helene, or Helena in Poland.
And how do you spell that?
H-E-L-E-N.
E or A?
Or A, I don't know. Liebenheimer was her last name. She became a teacher. But she wasn't, there was a quota in Poland for Jews to teach in schools, so she only could teach privately. So when she came to Belgium, she started to work in the diamond industry. I think as a polisher or something like that. And my father was a furrier.
And what year did they come to Belgium?
My father came, I don't know, very early.
1914 or?
19, I think, around there, 1920. And my mother, I don't know, 33 maybe.
Wow.
Or
So right before you were born?
Of course, yes.
Wow.
Yes, they came to Belgium before I was born.
Mm.
They met in Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I believe it was during the war in Brussels. I went to school, right? It was elementary school. And at recess, a girl was telling me, dirty Jew, you dirty Jew, you know, things like that. So I started fighting with her. I was very short, but I was obviously very strong because they had to separate us. And from then on, she never said anything to
Wow.
me. Yes, Belgium was very anti-Semitic. Even after the war, I wanted to play tennis, and my mother took me to some whatever tennis thing, whatever
Tennis court or tennis.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't allowed. I needed to have a sponsor, a Belgian-born. I was born in Belgium, but still, you know. So even after the war, there still was constantly, they would say, oh, you, to my father, they would tell him, you're a good Jew. You know, things like that, or, you know, you're not like the others. That was one of the favorite expressions, you're not like the others. But Brussels they helped Jews during the war, though. Not because they loved the Jews, but because they hated the Germans because of World War I. They suffered a lot during World War I. So that's the main reason. At the beginning of when the war was started, they decided with my aunt, I told you my father's younger sister, 2 years difference anyway, not much younger, his sister, her husband, and then my mother, her sister, who lived in Berlin, came to Belgium with her husband and son, and they all decided to run away, to immigrate from Belgium. We went to France because my aunt, my mother's sister, her husband, had the intention of going to England. So they wanted to go to Marseille, where they went and were eventually caught and sent to concentration camp.
Your parents were?
Not my parents, my aunt, uncle, and cousin. But all three families, they rented taxi or whatever, limousine, whatever, and we traveled by car to France, to Toulouse, the west of France. And we stayed there for I don't know how long, a few months, not too long.
So this was in 1940 or 41?
I think 41 probably.
So this was before you were
I don't know.
You were with that family.
Sorry?
This was before you were with the family.
Oh, yes, yes. So, I want to, because you asked me where they lived, so I want to tell you, and that's how it came to be. We came back to Belgium. I don't know why the reason, but at the beginning, at the start of the war, a lot of Jews immigrated to Belgium from Germany or Poland. And my parents became acquainted with some of them, right? And the lady was teaching me piano. So I would go to her house twice a week, I believe, to play, take lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner of the house where she lived asked her at the beginning of the war, what's going to happen to that little girl? She's so cute, blah, blah, blah. A child.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, tell her parents will take care of her.
Wow.
If they want. So my mother said to me, at that time, I guess they were looking because it was getting already bad. And our accountant also had a landlady who said she would take in Jewish kids. So my mother took me to visit one, and I knew the other one because I would see her when I went to play piano. And she said, which one do you like better? So I picked the place where I stayed.
Mm.
And that's how I got to stay there.
Wow.
And I wasn't the only Jewish person in that house, actually. They rented their basement to a German Jewish family and the grandmother. The girl was a little older than me, probably 3-4 years older. The father was caught and sent to concentration camp. So they had that Jewish family living in their house also. And it was a big house, pretty big, not apartment house. In Europe they were, not seeing a house. And on the first floor, they rented to a woman and a German officer.
Mm.
And they lived there too, in the same house.
And did they know that you were living in the house?
Maybe they did, because during bombardments, we would all go hide in the basement.
Mm-hmm. In the apartment of that family who lived in the basement, or was it a different area?
I don't remember. I remember bombardments. I don't think they were there. I don't remember. I know the woman was hit in the leg by a shrapnel. But I don't remember details.
And what year did you move in with this family?
Probably 42.
42.
I think.
Mm.
90. Because until then, I think I still was going to school from my parents' house. And I think that's when I had that encounter with that girl who told me dirty Jew. She was the daughter of a butcher who lived not too far, who had his butcher shop there. So she knew me. We were like, not neighbors, but neighbors.
Yeah.
She knew me. So I think it must have been then. I was in a Christian family. I lived there as their niece. The couple who took me in, the gentleman was extremely nice. He would take me to visit my parents who were hiding out of town. Probably once a month, maybe not so often, I don't know, but I don't remember. But he would take me there to visit them and pass the day with them. I never slept there, but I stayed with them.
And when you were in hiding with that family, did you go under a different name? Did you have a different name?
Yes.
And what was your name when you were in
Van Elst. Vanelst. Van Elst. I was supposed to be the man's brother, daughter.
Where were your parents when you were living with?
They lived outside of Brussels.
Mhm.
My parents rented that house and they lived there for a while. Then he told them, "You cannot stay here anymore because I need the house." So they found a room at the hairdresser barber in town, in the attic. The man was a barber probably, or a hairdresser, I don't know, and the wife. He told my parents, "Listen, I'm for the new regime," meaning Hitler's politics in life. Nothing against the Jews. And you can stay in my house. And he became a volunteer in the German army. And he went away, and the wife stayed, and she would entertain German officers downstairs. And my parents lived upstairs, but they didn't go downstairs, didn't know what my parents lived upstairs, until he decided he had enough because they wanted to send him to the Russian front. So he came back and he said, I'm not going back, so you better leave because they're going to look for me and they'll find you. So that was already the end of, must have been 44, 44, or sometime 44. And they came in the house where I was. They took him in that house. For a few months we were together, but never as my parents, of course. And that's how it was. That's how they lived where. He, like I told you, when they were living there, he would take me to visit them, and also he would bring them potatoes, because it was very difficult to find food. We lived with stamps, I think they used.
The rations.
Rations, right. So he was good, very good. I remember we were looking out, we were standing on the balcony outside and seeing the trucks. You know, but it wasn't yet the end of the war, it was liberation. It must have been end of 44. Because I think 45 is the end of the war, really. And I was already with my parents in our house. I remember walking one day, it was New Year's Eve, and we went celebrating somewhere, and coming back we heard the artillery, the bombing. So that was the end of the war. I think it's 44, 46, no, 45. So my parents came there when the liberation, just before the liberation, a couple of months before, 3 months, in 44. It was September because my father's birthday was at that time, and he had saved a bottle of champagne. He opened it and turned sour vinegar. Couldn't even drink it.
Wow.
I don't know, back to normal.
Back to normal.
I went back to school. By that time, I suppose, middle school or high school, I don't know. So back to...
everyday life.
Everyday life, yeah.
Wow.
You know, my parents had a lot of friends, acquaintances. We used to go picnics in the summer, 1 month at the seashore in the summer.
Mm. Yeah.
Like I said, back to normal.
And you had said earlier that your parents didn't have any more children.
No.
During the war. Did they have any after? It's just you.
My grandmother told my mother don't have any more children.
Mm.
And they didn't. I'm the only one.
Mm.
And actually, no more cousins either.
Mm.
One from my father's older brother, I told you, lived also in Brussels.
Mm-hmm.
They immigrated to during the war, to France, and they spent the whole time there.
Mm.
My uncle wasn't with them. He was in England because just before declaration of the war, he went to London for merchandise. He was also in the fur business.
Mm-hmm.
And he went for merchandise to buy there. And he didn't come back until after the war.
Wow.
So they were alone over there, in France, and he lived in England, in London.
Mm.
And my cousins were deported, all of them. The one my whole family. I had uncle, 2 great uncle with great aunts, and the aunts. I mean, everybody there from Belgium, except that uncle.
You said
And the other, my aunt, who didn't have children.
Mm. You said that they were deported. Where did your family end up once they were deported?
Who knows? Auschwitz, maybe, probably. One of those concentration. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that my mother tried to find out about many of them. They didn't find out. They just disappeared. Just know that they were. The one in Antwerp was denounced by people, Belgium, and the others, I don't know. Who knows? I know my grandmother died in a ghetto. That I know. That probably I don't think not Warsaw, but probably somewhere around where she lived, I suppose. And probably with her daughters. I have no idea.
And you still don't know?
Of course. So after the war,
mm-hmm.
I was in Belgium, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they immigrated. They came to the United States
right away.
Actually, not right. The parents did come, I think, right away. 46.
Wow.
He came a year later because he had to finish the business there, sell out everything they had.
Mm-hmm.
So he must, I don't know if he came in 47. I don't remember. I could look at the passport. And so we lived here for at least 11 years before, in 59,
mm-hmm.
his partners went on vacation. They wanted to go to Israel and to Europe, to France. They wanted to visit France, Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Paris, really. One would say France people always go to Paris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they figured that's what he says, because he spoke French. He said, so they had a guide. I don't think so. They were French. And so he came to Belgium. No, in France. But he moved here at that time. They just started the Ural past, Europe Rail.
Oh, the Euro-rail.
Right, Euro Rail. And he could go everywhere without paying. So he decided, he was in Paris when, they left for Israel. And he was afraid to fly. So he didn't want to. And he decided to go to Belgium to see his old whatever. And he came to Belgium and he was walking. He had a good time there. And we have something called Le Bois de la Cambre. It's like Central Park. You know, with cafe, you sit down, you can have coffee, think music, all that kind of thing. And he went there and he met a lady, older, of course. Her husband was also in the fur business.
Wow.
Yeah, Belgium was big. I don't know really. I haven't seen them, but I don't know. So he knew her from then. Oh, Herbert, how are you, etc. Are you married? He said, no. She said, I've got a girl for you. So he figured I have nothing better to do, why not? He didn't want to. Actually, he was supposed to go to Israel to matchmaker, you know.
Wow.
His parents wanted him to get married because he was already 30. And he didn't really care too much about it, but he figured, that's what he told me. He said, I have nothing better to do. Okay. So that woman, her daughter, we were pals. You know, the girl and I, we knew each other, not that well. Obviously, the mother knew my parents too because of the fur connection. She called her and she told her that she has a young man, whatever, and she made a date for us in her house, her apartment, and that's how we met.
Wow.
She invited him and me, and at first he didn't even pay attention. I was a little bit, you know, because she was asking him something with her drapes. Anyway, we went to that Bois de la Cambre again, that Central Park type of, and then she left us. So we spent the rest of the afternoon, evening, and the next day, he asked me to see me the next day, and I said, sorry, no. I didn't want to say, but I had a date.
Oh, you had another date?
No, somebody I didn't know, a matchmaker.
Oh, a matchmaker.
And I said, not today, another day. You know, I don't know what invention I had. And so I went. That was Sunday. And he went to the seashore. In Belgium, we have a beautiful shore. And when he came back home, it was the summer, he came to my house because he knew where I lived since he took me back home, right? So we rang the bell, and I went to open the door, and he was there. So I introduced him to my parents, and he invited me to go out. And from then on, that was it.
Wow.
Actually, we got married like 4 months later. Wait, that was September, October. No, 5 months. I met him in August 15.
Mm-hmm. Of 1959.
Yeah, 5 months.
Wow.
We stayed together only 2 months, I think, because he went back to New York. It was Rosh Hashanah, so we went back in September.
Wow.
It was a fast marriage. Yes. So I came here in February 4th, I think, 1960.
Wow.
Yes.
So you were married for a month or two when you came here?
No.
Oh, you weren't married?
Yes. We got married January 31st. And we came back right away, the 4th.
Wow.
We took a boat. So we were married when we came here. But they made a reception, for the rest of the family, friends, whatever. Yeah. Not my parents. My father had a heart attack.
That you got married?
Before I got married. It's like that. What happened is, in Belgium, well, here too, I suppose, before you get a religious marriage, you need official, right? Legal. So in Belgium also, before the rabbi could marry us, we needed the paper from City Hall. So we had our civil marriage. And after the marriage, my father took the whole company to Antwerp, because that was the only kosher restaurant they had. And when we came back home, he had a heart attack, probably from the food. No, not saying that. No, he had a heart attack, so he didn't attend my wedding. My mother did, but not my father. Actually, here, that's my wedding. Oh, that's my husband. He looks like they take him to the guillotine. Doesn't he? The poor guy. He looks like he's going to his death. I really, I know that my husband had him. I was amazed of the stories that he told me.
And if you could share a little bit of your husband's story.
Yes. Actually, because it's really not more interesting. So I'm done with me, right? You don't have any question?
We can go to your husband's story.
My husband his parents, like my parents, were from Poland, but my father-in-law, went to study in Austria, in Vienna. His mother was also a widow with a few sons. I don't know, most of them were married, I think. He went to Vienna, and probably what they call that, I know the word in Yiddish, but I don't know, a shidduch. You ever heard that? When they put...
a matchmaker?
Yeah. So his wife was from Poland, and she married him, and they lived in Vienna. And actually, he was also in the fur business.
Wow.
That's strange. They had 2 children, a boy and a daughter first and a boy, born in Vienna. So my husband told me they lived in Vienna. They had a very good life. And he went to school and he was a very good student. He was, whatever, a kid, not difficult, but what do you call it, doing things in school.
That he shouldn't have been doing.
Huh?
Doing things he shouldn't have been doing.
Something like that. But a very good student, so they kept, he went higher class than his age. Well, that's not important about the war. Yeah, maybe it is. Because of that, I suppose, when Hitler came, the kids were not allowed to go to school anymore, to certain school, higher school, I suppose, except one school they kept for all the Jews. So there was like a lottery. And because he had been such a good student, he went to that school.
Wow.
Right? Until Kristallnacht, they arrested my father-in-law. And my father-in-law had been in World War I, and he had decorations.
The Iron Cross?
Because he had saved a German officer also. So it was not only the Austrian thing, but something from the German.
Wow.
So when he went to the Gestapo, I think it was, they told him, take that off. You Jew, you shouldn't wear something. He said, no, I'm not. And, so they took him to the superior, to the higher in there. Excuse me. And he said, what's wrong? They explained that the Jew doesn't want, he's wearing our decoration or whatever.
Our emblem.
Huh? Yeah.
Our emblem.
Right, our emblem. And he doesn't want, we told him he's as a Jew, he shouldn't wear. So he said also to him, what's your excuse? He said, I earned it, I wear it. How did you earn it? He said, well, I saved a German officer, and that's why they gave it to me. So he asked him question. He wanted to know what was the reason, etc. So he told him, I saved that guy that night or whatever. He gave him the details. And when that officer heard, he straightened up and he saluted him. He said, that was my brother. We were looking for a long, long time to find his savior.
Wow.
He said to his men, not one of you touch the hair of that man's head.
Wow.
He's free. So my father-in-law came home. He said, I'm free. Who knows what's going to be tomorrow? Today he's at the head. Who knows if he will be relieving? And they came to Belgium. They should, first to different, because they knew somebody, a German, who took them to Antwerp. And so they stayed in Antwerp. That was the very beginning. And then there was they passed a law. Every foreign had to present themselves to whatever, where he was an Austrian and he was made prisoner by the German because he was an Austrian. He was again, I don't know why, and they took him to a prison in France, I forgot the name. It's very well known. He was a prisoner there. And somehow, I don't know, he escaped from there. Somebody, I don't know, a whole story. My mother-in-law found whatever. He came back. And my husband, I told you, was a very smart kid. He was a kid at that time because he had his bar mitzvah in Belgium. So he may have been 14, 15 when the German, when Brussels was really, and he found a job in a fur, because the father was a fur, in a company owned by a Belgian Christian who worked for the German armies, making outfits for them.
Wow.
You know, to go to
Their uniforms.
to Russia, whatever.
Right.
So he had a job there, and because he was so smart, he became manager.
Yeah.
So he took in his father, mother, and sister, because they had protection when they were working there. You know, they got papers
Right.
that they worked for the German
Army.
Meanwhile, he was born in Vienna. He went to school too. He spoke perfectly German. So he went and he went into the resistance, underground, you know, in the country, Belgium. You know, the resistance, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
As a courier against the German, of course, to bring papers from. He was dressed as a youth, Nazi youth, and he would go from Belgium to Germany, to France, to I don't know where, all different European countries. And he did that. His mother became crazy when she heard, because he didn't tell her in the beginning, but then eventually. So that happened. He was doing well. As a matter of fact, he was telling a story, but I don't remember the names, that he was walking from one country between trains and buses. He was walking, and there was a whole German thing passing, cars. I mean, and one was. I don't know if he was a general or something who fought in Africa. I don't know. Anyway, and he took him in the car even and gave him a lift to where he had to go.
Wow.
Because he was dressed young.
Yeah.
They didn't know. Okay, so he did that. But meanwhile, eventually, his father was arrested and brought in again. No, the whole family was arrested and brought into the Gestapo.
Including your husband.
Huh?
Your husband was also arrested.
And he wasn't there.
No, your husband wasn't there.
No. So when he came home, you know, his parents had been arrested.
Wow.
So he went, not dressed like a German, but normal, you know. He went to the Gestapo and he had a lot of chutzpah. He figured that the higher ups must be not on the main floor, but somewhere away. Because so he went to that commandant tour. He walked. He said, and they wanted to stop him, and he pushed them away. And he came into the thing, and he said, you know, he gave his name. I want my parents. So the officers said to him, you're a Jew, you know. He said, I'm not leaving. So he put a thing on his, you know, the gun to his head. He said, go. He said, I'm not leaving until you release my parents. He said, well, you're impressive. He said, I wish more of our people would have the guts that you have. Go. And
Wow.
he released his parents also.
Wow.
Some story. I can't believe, I said to him, are you telling me the truth or you?
Are you? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about courage.
Courage. He was like that. Not, he had guts, you know.
Yeah.
He had chutzpah, right? That's what the word is.
Absolutely.
Guts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they lived in Brussels the rest of the wartime too, hidden. He told me that they had very good neighbors. We had also, by the way, where I lived in that house,
Mm-hmm.
when there was a raid, because they did raid, the neighbors, all those houses had backyards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the back there, they would tell from one backyard to the other, the Germans are coming.
Wow.
So Florent would take me and the other girl out of the house, making believe that we were going to get grass for the rabbits. He was raising rabbits, you know, and he had a big, I don't know what it was, a big thing there, you know,
Wow.
with cages of rabbits that we ate.
Wow.
So we would get grass. We went to the park, and so we were not in the house. So they never found any Jewish people there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did your husband live under a false name too, or did he live under?
No, I think he lived on his own name.
And what was his name?
Horner, O-R-N-E-R.
And then his first name?
Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah. His father was Norbert.
Norbert and Herbert.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Norbert. My oldest son is named, but I didn't like the name Norbert, so he's named Norman.
Aww.
Yeah, Herbert, and yeah, Herbert.
Oh.
And Steve, her name was, he called herself Tosca.
Tosca. Like the opera.
Huh? Yeah.
Like the opera.
Her name is Taub, you know, the Yiddish Jewish name is Taub. So she called, she had all kind of names. Toby, Tosca. Here in the United States, she was called Teresa.
Okay.
When she came,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when they came, where is that? Where do they?
Ellis Island?
Where?
Ellis Island?
Right. Ellis Island? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't come there.
No?
No. Probably they didn't do it anymore. They closed it. But
Yeah, I think it closed in late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah. Also, I was married to an American by then.
Mm.
Proud?
Yeah.
I don't know. Being here, actually,
Mm-hmm.
married
Mm-hmm.
with my family. And then my parents came
They came.
later. Yeah.
And how many children, how many grandchildren do you have?
I have 3 children,
Mm-hmm.
2 boys and 1 daughter in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
No, 7 grandchildren, only 1 granddaughter.
All the rest boys. Wow.
Only 1 granddaughter.
Is there any advice you would give to younger generations watching
To
this?
be a little more interested in their roots and in the past of in the history of the Jews. Not to have to go through the well. I am very pessimistic.
You're very pessimistic.
I'm very, yes. After the war, everything was wonderful. Even I'm not like good people who forgive, but I forgive the young generation because they have nothing to do with it. I mean, the Germans, the grandparents, obviously, or great-grandparents, I suppose. They're responsible, and they should, well, too late anyway. But the young one, no, I can't keep them feel that they're guilty of anything their great-grandparents did. But I wish the our younger generation of Jews definitely should keep to their roots, I think. And altogether, the younger generation should know more, find out for themselves, not what the TikTok or whatever, what you call them.
Social media
Social media tells you.